Hello everybody, my name is Vikas and we're here today to discuss the tried and tested format for the formal letter that you could face during the task 1 of your IELTS writing. Keep in mind this is a tried and tested method and you could use it to get a band above 7 for sure. I am going to explain the same format along with an example question and answer, so please stay tuned. Now, when you are presented with a question prompt, you'll first have to plan your letter. When I say plan your letter, you'll have to jot down at least 8 to 10 points that you will use and that you will use for the 3 paragraphs during your formal letter. I will explain to you how to do it, so stay tuned. Now, the format is fairly simple. You start with a greeting, you then have 3 paragraphs, then you end it with a conclusion and you sign off. Now, the format is fairly easy. Most of you are confused about what you need to write in these 3 different paragraphs. Now, the format is, of course, going to be similar to the informal letter, but the the content and the way you write it may slightly differ. So let's dive straight in. You start with a neutral greeting, which is Dear Sir slash Madam, or Dear Sir or Madam. In case the name of the person is given to you, please make it a point that you use the last name. In formal letters, it is mandatory that you use the last name. You can address it by saying Dear Mr. John or Dear Mr. David. I mean, make sure that it is their last name. Once you're done with the greeting, you move to the paragraph 1. In para 1, you basically state the reason for writing. In paragraph 2, you state the explanation. In paragraph 3, you basically you request or you suggest. Now, the reason why I'm stating these three paragraphs is because most of the formal letters are basically scenario based, where for example, you probably missed a lecture during the school, and you're asked to write a letter to your principal, reasoning, asking for the reason why you missed it, or maybe you probably have to file a complaint to an official regarding some civic work that is going around your neighborhood. So something similar to this. Now that is the reason why we've split it into 3 different paragraphs. Now most of the question prompts already have enough content for you to elaborate on. In case it is a fairly small question prompt where it does not give out much details, you could always use the same format that is given here, that is right in front of you, and you could probably just elaborate and provide reasoning on the same sort of format. So you could start off para 1 saying that I am writing to let you know that I missed the school hour during so and so with on this particular day. And then in the next paragraph, you do the explanation where you say, let me explain my situation. I had met with an accident, on the way, and although it was not serious, I could not make it on time, hence I missed the class. And in paragraph 3, you kind of reassure, request, or suggest, and you would say, I will make up, would you kindly allow me to attend other classes and make up for the time that I lost. And then you simply end it with thank you for your consideration, and you end it with a sign off saying yours faithfully. Don't write yours lovingly, that's an informal way of doing it. So yeah, now what we're going to do next is you could pause the video, make a note of this particular format. Keep in mind, guys, this is tried and tested. Multiple people have tried it, so this is going to work for you for sure, just in case. And remember, the letter part carries about 33% of marks, so don't make sure you do well. Okay. and yeah, spend about 3 or 4 minutes reviewing it. So what we're going to do next is we're going to look at an example question prompt. Now you could pause the video right here and make a note of this particular question prompt and put in your answers in the comment section. I will go ahead and invigilate it. Okay. All right, let's look at the question prompt here. Write a letter to your boss apologizing for the recent meeting you missed at work. Apologize for missing the meeting. Explain what happened. Say what you will do to compensate. Now, guys, this I've chosen this particular question prompt so that it's much easier for you to be able to elaborate your letter. Now, what? Now, the advantage of a question type of this sort is that they've already given what your three paragraphs should be. Now, that is one of the reasons why you need to really carefully read the question. Once you understand the question, and you address all these parts, you've already gotten quite. Now, addressing all parts of the question is also a major marking criteria for the examiner. So make it a point that when the question prompt is presented in front of you, you address all the parts of it. Now you could look at it this way: write a letter to your boss. That's one part of it. Apologize for missing the meeting. That's another part. Explain what happened. That's another part. Say what you will do to compensate. That's another part. Now I leave it to your discretion. You could pause the video and you can go ahead and write the entire essay. Don't take more than 25 minutes, guys. That is, take about 2-3 minutes to plan, spend about 15 to 20 minutes to write, and about 2 to 3 minutes to review. Make it a point that you review it yourself, and I will also look at the comment section, so go ahead. All right, so I am going back to the format once again just to give a quick refresher. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with a formal greeting saying dear sir or madam, and in paragraph 1 you will state or reiterate what is written in the question and state the reason for writing, and then you provide an explanation, and then you will request or suggest, and then formally conclude the letter and sign off. That's pretty much it. Now let's look at the example answer. All right, here is the example answer. What I've done here is on the left side you will see the formal letter, and on the right side I have split it into the paragraphs and the format basically for you to be able to correlate exactly. Okay, so let's start off. The first is the greeting. I've started off saying, Dear Mr. Donald. Now, I could have just said, Dear Sir or Madam, but since the questions asked me to write a letter to your boss, it's quite obvious that I should know my boss's name. So that is why I've mentioned, Dear Mr. Donald. The next, the next part is you write the reason for writing. So in this question, they've already given you the paragraph, what to write in paragraph 1. It says, apologize for missing the meeting. So let's see how that goes. I am writing to apologize for the meeting I missed on October 20th about development plans of the company. I am sincerely sorry for not being able to attend this meeting. I am aware of the importance of the meeting, but unfortunately, my presence was unavoidable. Now, here you simply reiterate what was asked for you to do here, which means you basically say, I'm sorry for not, there was a meeting on this particular day for regarding this development of the company, and I was not able to, I was not able to attend the meeting. So, and you just say, I'm sorry about it. So basically, you're done with the apologizing part of it. So let's move on to the second paragraph where you basically provide an explanation, meaning what was the reason why you missed the meeting. So let's see how that's done. Now that's given here already. Explain what happened. Okay, or I'm trying to correlate this with the format so that it becomes much easier for you with respect to any topic that you take up. Okay, So let's go to the explanation part. The reason for not attending this meeting was that I had a car accident on the way to the work that day. Although the accident was not serious, I was taken to the hospital for a check and not allowed to leave until I had been the all clear from a doctor. So here you simply state the reason why you could not attend. In here, you could give, the car accident as the reason, or somebody fell sick in your family, or you absolutely had to go to the hospital, or anything. It's, I leave it to your discussion, whatever you're comfortable writing with. So uh, you know the the examiner is not looking at the exact content. I mean, they're not looking at any factual answers or anything. You can completely make it up. Just make sure that it sounds legit and it does not sound absurd. All right. So now the next part of the format asks you to request or provide the next set of steps, basically. Okay. So in here it says, say what you will do to compensate. Now that you missed the meeting, what are you going to do to compensate? Okay. So here's what the paragraph says. I understand how crucial this meeting was, and therefore I have asked one of colleagues, Sandra Brown, to review the meeting with me after work today. We will go over all development plans and also people's roles and responsibilities. By the end of the day, I will be up to speed with all plans. I hope you will forgive my absence and be assured of my commitment to this company and its future. So basically, what you're doing here is you're requesting and reassuring and suggesting that you are going to make it up by talking to your colleague, and be up to the mark with all the development plans. And you do a simple sign off. Yours sincerely, Kevin Richards, or whatever your name is. Okay, that's as simple as it is. So don't worry, you can always use this format across all the formal letters. I have created another video with another set of important tips and tricks. If you have any questions or queries, feel free to leave a comment below. I'm more than happy to help you. And you could post some more questions on the comment section and help your peers to write more letters. Keep in mind, guys, IELTS writing is probably the toughest section of IELTS General and IELTS Academy. So make it a point that you do spend some time practicing it. All right. Thank you for your time today. This is Vikas signing off. Bye bye.